What happens in the exact moment the ignition turns off? We arrive, yet we do not immediately exit. This brief pause, the act of sitting in a parked car, is a ubiquitous human behavior. It is often dismissed as simple inertia or laziness. Psychology confirms this moment is anything but random. It is a necessary transition governed by distinct emotional and cognitive patterns. The decision to linger, even for just 90 seconds, reveals a crucial internal process. 1. This first trait is the management of cognitive lag. Driving is a high-demand executive function. The brain has been processing speed, distance, and immediate threats for the entire duration of the journey. The sudden stop creates a processing debt. Internally, the individual is prioritizing mental decompression over physical action. They are creating an essential cognitive buffer zone. This differs significantly from the person who uses the physical act of opening the door to immediately force the transition. For the sitter, the mind must arrive before the body can move. 2. The second trait concerns environmental boundary setting. For a few brief minutes, the car remains a closed system. It is the last space of unconditional solitude the individual will have for hours. What this reveals internally is a crucial need for temporal autonomy. This pause is a deliberate, silent refusal to submit immediately to the next obligation. They are mentally claiming the final moment of non-negotiable personal time. Unlike those who rush to meet the next demand, the sitter uses this time to silently reassert control over their personal timeline. 3. Third is the reflective processing style. The drive itself often masks underlying emotional noise and incomplete thoughts. When the engine stops and the movement ceases, that noise becomes audible. Internally, the sitter is performing essential emotional integration. They are using the quiet moment to process unspoken tension or review the tone of the meeting they just left. This behavior is fundamentally different from the externally focused mindset. They prioritize internal emotional equilibrium over immediate engagement with the world outside the windshield. 4. The final trait is preparatory mental rehearsal. This is not necessarily dwelling on the past, but future-proofing the immediate environment. The individual is actively mitigating preemptive anxiety. They are mentally mapping the entrance, deciding on the first conversational tone, or establishing the emotional facade required for the next interaction. This need for a detailed mental blueprint contrasts sharply with those who prefer to rely solely on reactive improvisation. They are creating the psychological terms of their own entry. The parked car is not a waiting room. It is a neurological decompression chamber. It is a brief, crucial negotiation between the self that was and the self that must be. The moment of stillness is simply the cost of transporting a complex internal world from one demanded environment to the next.